Good job, Coach Day and that crew. That's really the first big-time college football game I've ever been to, with all respect to the Penn Quakers. So it was fun for me to be able to take my boys down there. Had a blast. The show was rocking. It was very cool.
Imagine this. The Cleveland Browns head coach, Kevin Stefanski, is spotted in the crowd at one of the biggest college football clashes of the year, Ohio State versus Texas. A seasoned NFL coach, yet he admits it's his very first big-time college football game. Think about that. A man who spends his life inside NFL stadiums is soaking in the raw energy of college football. The passion, the tradition, the noise. And here's where it gets even more interesting. What Stefanski saw that night could quietly shape the Browns' future. Not just a casual Saturday outing, but maybe a moment.
Do you think Shedeur might get a little bit of a bump and see some of those first reps with your starting offense in Philly?
Yeah, I'm not. We need to get through the next couple of days from an injury standpoint, Mary Kay, and see where everybody is. I'm really focused on all of our quarterbacks' development and every single one of these reps, like they are last night, how important they are. So that's what I'm focused on more than anything.
Where a seed was planted for what's coming next in Cleveland. Now here's where the story turns electric. On that same stage, Arch Manning, yes, the Manning name that echoes through NFL history, had all eyes glued to him. The hype wasn't just hype anymore. Scouts whispered, fans speculated, analysts leaned forward. Arch wasn't just another quarterback. He was being talked about as a potential Heisman frontrunner, and maybe even the Browns' first-round pick of the future. And you know what? Look, I have been researching about NFL for the last 7 to 8 years deeply, and what I think, these chance encounters are never really coincidences. Stefanski didn't just come to watch a game. He came to scout the next possible chapter for Cleveland. But let's pause here. For all the talk about Arch Manning, the Browns' current quarterback room is already the most fascinating storyline in the NFL. Joe Flacco brings the veteran presence, Dillon Gabriel the young gunslinger vibe. But there's one name that keeps cutting through the noise: Shedeur Sanders. His practice reps aren't just drills, they're survival. They're his Super Bowl, his playoffs. Every snap he takes in practice is weighted with the pressure of proving he belongs. Not tomorrow, not next year, but now. It's the kind of pressure that either crushes a rookie or forges a legend. And with Sanders, you can feel the fire building with every rep. Think about the setup. Reports suggest Shedeur Sanders might not see his first real opportunity with the Browns until around Week 10. By then, Flacco and Gabriel will have had their turns under the spotlight. Some rookies might sulk, check out mentally, or fold under the waiting game. But not Shedeur. He's using this time as fuel, preparing for that one shot, that one opening, where he can step on the field and flip the narrative upside down. It's not just about playing football. It's about rewriting his story, taking control of his destiny, and proving to an entire franchise that they made the right choice. And let me step aside for just a second to ask you, if you're enjoying this deep dive into the Browns quarterback situation and the storm brewing behind the scenes, make sure you hit that subscribe button. This channel is about pulling back the curtain on the NFL, breaking down the drama, and giving you stories you won't hear anywhere else. Subscribing not only helps this channel grow, but it ensures you're locked in for every twist, every controversy, and every legendary moment we cover. Now, let's dive right back into the battlefield that Shedeur Sanders is stepping into. The Browns quarterback saga is layered with history, tension, and now destiny. Because when Shedeur Sanders finally gets that call, and it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when, the ripple effect will be seismic. Imagine a rookie stepping into Week 10 with all the pressure of saving a season, of outshining a Hall of Fame veteran like Flacco, and silencing the hype around Gabriel. That's not pressure, that's destiny knocking. And Sanders, from what we've seen, doesn't just answer the door. He breaks it down and takes over the house. That's the kind of hunger Stefanski himself can't ignore. But here's the dramatic twist. While the NFL world keeps talking about Arch Manning as the future, Shedeur Sanders might be the present. There's something almost cinematic about this. A coach attends a college game to watch the next Manning, but back home in Cleveland, he's got a young quarterback who's already proving in practice that he's built for the big stage. Manning may carry the last name, but Shedeur carries the moment. Every throw, every read, every second he's waiting in the shadows is shaping him into the kind of quarterback who can step into chaos and make order. If you followed the Browns, you know patience isn't their strength. This is a fan base that demands results and a franchise that has lived in quarterback purgatory for years. That's why Stefanski's trip to that Ohio State-Texas game carries so much weight. It wasn't just a night out. It was a reminder that the Browns are always searching, always scouting, always preparing for the next savior. But maybe, just maybe, that savior isn't in a college stadium. Maybe he's already on the roster, waiting for his week, waiting for his time to shine under the Cleveland lights. And let's be honest, this is what makes football the most captivating drama in sports. It's not just X's and O's. It's legacy, timing, and the power of a single decision. If Stefanski gives Shedeur Sanders his shot in Week 10, and Sanders delivers something unforgettable, the entire landscape of Cleveland football changes overnight. Fans stop talking about what if with Arch Manning and start saying, we've already got our guy. That's how fast the script can flip in the NFL. And when it does, it's not just a game, it's history being written right in front of us. So here's where we land. Stefanski's college football outing wasn't just about enjoying a Saturday game with his sons. It was about scouting, about vision, about the never-ending search for the next face of the franchise. Arch Manning is the shiny name, the headline grabber, the legacy kid. But in Cleveland, Shedeur Sanders is writing his own legacy, one practice rep at a time. And when Week 10 comes, don't be surprised if the rookie doesn't just step in, but takes over completely. If you want to stay ahead of these twists and turns in the NFL's most dramatic stories, subscribe and join the ride. Because this season, legends aren't born on paper, they're made on the field.